All right, good morning, everybody. We are August 19th, and we are doing the jewelry call today. And right before we get started into our topics, I brought it up in the other call, but if you weren't there, especially for jewelry people, something that I think I advertised for the first time yesterday, and I got a ton of interest already. So if you're interested, please let me know. Is that part of my group thing, or for anybody on YouTube or whatever? It stemmed from people on YouTube, to tell you the truth. For $50, you can submit up to 25 lots or items for me to help you evaluate whether they're good for purchase, why I would purchase them, why I would not purchase them, and what I would possibly pay for them if you want to know that. My turnaround time should be 48 hours or less on those. And so I got way more interested in that than I thought I would. And you have 30 days to basically use those 25 submissions, and it's via messenger or email. So if you're interested in that, let me know. It doesn't have to be jewelry, it could be anything. But of course, jewelry is my thing. So that was definitely the biggest bulk of people that contacted me were jewelry sellers. And then also I got a lot of questions about the $6.99 channel membership. That's on YouTube. It's separate. You can, of course, join if you would like to, but you guys have access to me in the group all the time. So really, you wouldn't need to do that. But it's just I'm having 2 dedicated calls a month for channel memberships for the $6.99, and one is totally on jewelry. So one of those calls a month will just be jewelry Q&A, and the other one will be anything, including jewelry Q&A. So that was more of a YouTube thing just because I get a lot of questions on YouTube. And then the free classes that are coming up. So if you guys want to refresh your course on the basics, they will be recorded for the group, and it'll be free for the group to access them at any time. But you can also join us if you want, and the information is in the group. It'll be like at 10:30 on Mondays starting in September. And we're just going to do things like coupons, promotions, setting our shipping policies, setting our business policies, just back to basics. I'm going to try to do these once a year, and it just, new things come up and refresh your courses. So that's my one spiel there. And if you guys have any questions, let's get those out of the way today. I really got a lot of amazing feedback last week about our call, and that people liked that it was more fluid, and that we talked about things that came up, and that we had a topic, but it was more of a combined effort, I guess, with everybody. So we'll still do topics. And I know Lynn was working on one about opalite, and it was pretty hilarious. So you told us that in the group the other day, and which is interesting to me because I'm really bad at that and I had no idea. So, but then somebody contacted me and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna have to do something on opalite." And I was like, "Well, yeah, Lynn said she." Well, apparently Taylor Swift has a song out about opalite something, and that was like a TikTok thing, right? So I had like 2 or 3 people like, "Oh, you're gonna have to do opalite to be in the groove or whatever." And I was like, I thought they were talking about Lynn the whole time. And I was like, okay, well, Lynn's working on it. Like, well, no, it was a Taylor Swift thing. So see, I have no idea. Not a Swiftie, guys. I don't know anything. But anyway, so good timing, I guess, Lynn. Nadine.
Hi, quick question. That 25 submissions for $50.
Mhm.
Did you also say that there was an option to just book time with you to do that?
So if you do a Zoom call, then it's just a one Zoom call, but you could bring it all with you.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
can do
thank
that.
you.
I'm not advertising that to anybody but in the group, because
Okay,
otherwise I'm gonna end up with like 40 hours a week worth of Zoom calls. But in the group, I absolutely will.
okay, thank you.
Yep. Karen.
On your boot camp on 1030s, I seen on the Facebook page where you had to sign up for it. Was that
Mhm.
just for people outside of your group, or do we also have to sign up for it?
I would love everybody to sign up, but if you're in the group and you show up, like, that's fine. Like, it'll be fine. But I'm trying to get everybody on the Google format, just because, like, then if I'm sick or something and you guys were planning on coming, I could quickly get a hold of everybody but don't worry about it if you don't, but it'd be nice if you did. And then Ralph's handling reminders and stuff like that. But if you just show up, that's okay too.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. So anybody have let's share any good finds, any good sales, whatever we got going on here, guys. Flea market season, I feel like for us, at least in my area, and the last big push is August to September, and like there'll be a million sales all at once, and then they'll be done. So I don't know if anybody else faces that. I guess then my indoor one starts again. So, but I definitely can't just source at my flea markets. I would never make it. I'm pushing hard to find the inventory I need as it is. So, Meg,
Hey, I had a cool sale I thought, so I could share that.
please do.
Okay, is it showing?
Yep.
Okay, so I got this on Poshmark as part of the credits I got for being a Karen because they made me mad and I wrote them a bunch of emails and then they gave me like $175 of credits. So that was cool. So I forgot how much I actually paid for it, but technically it's like $0. And I just thought it was cool. It's unsigned. It did have a Jacobson's tag attached, which I had never heard of before, but I asked ChatGPT and it said it was like a mid to upper range, like department store maybe or something in Midwest and maybe Florida. I don't know. I don't know if other people know about it, but I don't know if that was any key factor of it like selling for more or whatever. But yeah, I think they were like ceramic and maybe wood and I don't know, it was just a big statement piece. So I don't know, I think I just made up $84.99 and then I took $64.99 the other day. So I was very happy
Very
with
nice.
that.
Good.
That was a cool. That's one that like even if it wasn't signed or anything, it would have sold pretty quick. I think it was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, it's just that hang tag, so it was like new, but yeah, it's not signed. So,
That was
and then the other
nice.
thing was, hopefully it's going to be a good find, but it's also like a warning to people because I won an auction lot on eBay semi recently, and it was from Israel, and it's I almost got all of it listed, but it's like designer like Dior, Givenchy, like Yves Saint Laurent, like cufflinks and tie bars and stuff like that. Like, so those are gonna be the slower sellers, but I won the auction for 10 and then it was only $25 shipping. But the thing is like, and he shipped it out the day I won it, but then it showed like, okay, it's gonna arrive between September 2nd and October 2nd. I'm like, oh my God. And then I started realizing I'm like, uh-oh, like the tariffs are kicking in like more or something recently. So then I asked ChatGPT about it and then did my own research. And luckily it came early and beat the August 29th deadline. Because if not, from my understanding, no matter how small your shipment is from a country, it's going to be about $80 at least to get it in on a tariff. So the warning is like, probably don't buy things from overseas unless it meets some kind of exception, like you're buying I don't know. I don't know the exceptions, but like I think if you buy something that said it's made in the U.S. or something, it'd be fine. But
What country was it?
Israel, but it doesn't matter. Every country is
It's going to
included.
be all of them
There's
starting
no
to.
like de
Yeah.
minimis exception. So yeah, it's a minimum $80 to get it in tariff. And I don't think I don't know how eBay's gonna handle it. Like if it'll show you up front or it'll be like a surprise. Like go to your post office and pay $80, and it probably is the second option.
Yeah, I looked into it and it's the
So
second option. So you're going to basically, it'll be due when you get it. And for our customers, we're going to see the same issue. And I feel like eBay is going to be bombarded with that because people just won't go pick up their items. And then what are they going to do? They're going to say item not received. Right? But hopefully it'll scan in at the post office. So we should be covered. It should be fine. But we're going to see this increasing a lot, I believe, like at the end of the month. We're also going to see, I think, a lot of our international buyers going away.
yeah, they're all gonna
So-
go bye-bye once
Yeah.
they realize this. They're gonna make that mistake once and never again, I bet.
Yep. So that's going to be, you know, I know
The
some of
warning
us
to
have gone-
everyone, make sure like when I do my searches, I have it always like set on to like US only now. 'Cause, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
and it is. Yep. And I used to buy a lot from Canada, and the de minimis has been in for now, so I've been okay buying from it now. But once that's over,
Is there a
I'm
way
like-
to change that permanently to US only? Because every time I do a search,
it's in
I
your
have,
settings.
it's what?
It's in your policies.
Or on your app, you can do it. Like you can,
No, I mean like when I do a search and I only want to search US only.
yeah, I mean, you can set it on your app to permanently be like that, but on your computer, I don't think so. I think
Oh,
you
on
can
your
select it,
computer you
yeah.
can't. Okay, thank
Yeah, on
you.
your phone you can lock your filters, but I keep my phone on locked filters for solds all the time. So if I have to hurry up and do a comp, it's already on solds. Larry,
Yeah, I had a couple of sales and I had a question. So I picked this ring up on Saturday for $5. I Can you guys see it?
Cool.
It's a ceramic with gilding, but it had some minor issues with the gilding. See the spotting here and a little bit of wear, and it really shows like right here some of this decorative. Anyway, I took an offer for $65 and I accepted it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's
But,
cool ring. What would be a good keyword for this? Paisley.
Paisley.
It's very paisley
I
looking.
was looking for a name for that pattern and it didn't dawn on me. I just thought of 70s.
Very good. Very good. I've never heard of that brand either, so that's cool.
Yeah, they're ceramic. So who would have thought? Anyway, it was $5 at the estate sale. I knew this was going to be worth more than five. This other one, this is a testimony of a death pile and or knowing what you got. I found this as I was going through building these 2-pound lots, and I had boxes of pounds worth of crap. Here's this James Avery. It was a sterling silver bracelet with 3 charms. These charms are, man, who would have thought 25, $50 for a little bitty chunk of silver. Anyway, I got full ask on this, $199. This was a couple days ago. I started it on the 12th and it sold on the 16th. So that was
Larry,
kind of nice.
you obviously don't know names in jewelry because James Avery is as hot as you can get in fashion jewelry for people
No,
that go over the counter. So that's a great bracelet and good job.
Yeah, and ever since then, I've been digging and searching for mislabeled stuff and searching to try to source more of this stuff.
So that was
And
just in a lot you bought?
yeah, it was buried in a box along with tons of other stuff, and there it was.
Good for
And then
you.
this last one, I just listed this. Just want your opinion. None of this stuff is named or signed, with one exception, I think, or two, but they're not anything major.
It looks very not vintage to me, Larry.
Okay.
Let's see the backs.
Yes.
Maybe I'm wrong. Most of those look pretty new. So like that one's probably old, that one in the middle. I mean, some of them are older, but there's definitely some newer ones in there. That one's
Yeah.
new, that one's new, that one's new. That one's newer.
The one on the lower left now.
Or
This
right.
one on the
See how
right
it's
looks.
just really smooth, and see how that background's really, it's always how the texture is that really
Yeah.
will kick you off. And they have that look. See that like copper one? That one's really new.
Yeah.
And see how that one in the
Yeah.
middle? That one's pretty new. They're pretty new. That one in the upper right hand's pretty new too.
Yeah.
So just
Well, these two obviously are.
I would
Oh.
not maybe put that as a vintage lot,
Okay.
but there's no vintage police, so do as you want.
So I got a JoJo brand and I got a Sung, both of which don't demand huge money. But
Yeah, no, I think the price is, if you get that, I think
you-
that's fantastic. But they are probably it's probably a new lot. I would put at least vintage to new because most of them are new.
okay. And this would be, then it becomes like a $39 lot.
I mean, you could try 70 and see how it goes. I mean, somebody might make an offer, but if you get an offer, I'd take it probably just because most of them are new.
Yeah, lately I got about 3 Chinese buyers that have are watching my store daily, because I'll get offers on this stuff at around 50 to 65% of anything I put up that looks kind of like this. Or maybe I won't get any of their offers on this because it is too much new stuff. This one looks old,
It's
but
new.
it isn't because the bank is up.
The purple one, new,
Okay.
new, definitely new. I could see it a mile away. It's new.
And you see how the
Okay.
red ones are like glued on top, like really kind of like
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
haphazardly
See,
is a way. Like so
that one's
was
the only
older.
older one you got, pretty much. That
Yeah.
one's older, but the purple one.
Yeah, but that
like,
one is that one doesn't look old to me from the back.
that's old.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That one's old.
Cool.
The other ones are pretty much new.
Okay.
But like the purple one, like if you look, so go back to the purple ones. We're gonna have a rhinestone lesson here. See how they're glued?
Yeah.
They're just set with glue.
Can you
Right.
click on it and make it bigger? Click those top arrows. There you go.
See, they're just set in there. They're just
Yep,
stuck on.
just waiting to be plucked off when I put it into a plastic bag.
Yep. And I would agree also with Lynn, like that first photo is super washed out. So I don't know if you're maybe highlighted,
Yep.
like if you brightened it up with the bar.
No, I definitely brightened it.
Yeah, you can tell it's pretty washed out. But good lot. I mean, you have it set up right, but I would take an offer if you get it.
Yeah.
So no
Well, I mean,
prongs all new. Not always, Lisa. Some of the old stuff it isn't prong set either, but it's an indicator to look at. Like if they're just glued in on the top like that, then that's much better, Larry.
Okay, yeah, and then this
Yeah.
is
Much better.
vintage new.
Yep. Much better. And Lisa, the smooth stuff on the back is an indicator a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times of the newer backs. Or when you could tell they tried to make a false texture, but it really isn't that texture, you know, how they try to make it look grainy, but it's shiny, you know, lots of times that's an indicator too. Yep.
Cool. All right, well, thanks.
So you're doing good with your lots. Doing good. And it'll sell because you know what? Lots of people are doing bridal bouquets and stuff. That's even a good keyword for that one. Bridal bouquets. Because they don't care if it's genuine vintage or not. They just want bright and sparkly. So I would put bridal as a keyword in that because people are
I
making
will.
those a lot right now. So it'll sell.
Thank you.
Catherine, thank you for sharing, Larry. Hello, Mara.
Okay, the bane of my existence, well, one of them, is little, I'm going to show this bag, little pendants. Do you sell them separately? I mean, I have a box of chains that I could make these necklaces into. I don't wanna. There's
Cool little lockets, you know, they sell good. If you have some cool lockets, cool crosses will sometimes. Most of the time I put them in my big lot, but
in your what?
in my lots, you know, I put them in my lot, but really
Like
cool
this
little
one is
lockets,
signed something, I don't know what.
you know, if they're really old, I'll pull them out. But yeah, I agree. I'd said that before, Lynn, but I agreed that it doesn't always mean new if you don't have prongs.
Yeah, just, I mean, there's just so many of them and they'll come in a lot or something, like just a rhinestone. And I'm just
Yeah,
annoyed
if
by
they're
them.
new
They
little
could be
pendants like that,
diamonds.
and
What's that?
I said, when you look at those little pendants with hearts, those could be diamonds. I'm only saying that because
Well, like this one looks older to me and it's glass.
yeah, if
yeah,
it's
hard
cool,
to see.
turn
I'm
it
just
over to.
saying check because I know my husband used to buy me all kinds of pendants like that and hearts for Valentine's Day, and they were diamonds and rubies and all this. So
Yeah, I
just
mean, if they're unique and cool,
Then what?
you could sell them. You know, if they're glass or old or. Do you sell yours, Lynn?
It all depends.
I just,
Like the ones
maybe
that
it's just,
Suzanne was talking about with, they could be diamonds, the heart ones I'll sell and I'll put up before Valentine's Day. Some of them little pendants that are gold filigree with a old check stone in it, I'll put a chain
like
on it
this
and sell it.
like one of those little guilloche. It's so tiny. I hate selling little things. It's like, is that even worth
The little
anything?
dainty stuff does sell though.
yeah,
Just put
because it goes on a
like
gold
4 or
chain.
5 of them together and they'll
Mhm.
sell, especially them older ones like that.
Yeah.
I just
definitely
did that
worth
with a brooch lot. Real
Mhm.
little, like 7/8 inch brooches that have rhinestones in them. They're
Little
gold
scatter
filigree.
pins?
They were just individual ones, but they might have been part of a scatter pin collection.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
definitely want to look at each one for gold. Some
Yeah,
of those
for sure.
That
those little
too.
pins
Yep.
can be gold.
Yep, that's true too.
I don't know. Most of them are older, but I can hardly pick them up with my fat fingers. So then I'm just annoyed.
I picked up a lot of a little Ziploc baggie filled with Masonic pins. This
Oh
old
yeah, those are
woman.
good.
Oh man, about half of them were 10 or 12 karat gold, and some of them had real diamonds in them. and it was, I really scored on that one.
I am a big fan of Masonic pin lots.
Mhm.
I would agree, Larry. And some of them just even that aren't gold, depend on if they're rare or not. Like you have to check those because some of them sell up for $50 a piece, the little pins. So got to check them out.
Yep.
Did you have anything else, Catherine, besides your bane of your existence, little bitty baby pendants?
I don't like. I like little prints on fabric, but handling little things with my fingers. Ugh. No,
I know
that's
I
it.
had to get over that because I didn't used to like it either. But some of those old things, especially little lockets and stuff, sell pretty good. Especially the enamel ones. Even if the enamel's worn, people like them. Make a little lot of them. Or I only make the little lots if they came together when I'm processing them. Like I'm not making a pile to wait for to make a lot. But if I get them in like that, then I'll make a little lot. Otherwise, they go to my box. But because even a little something little like that, if you can get $15 a pound out of them, it's pretty good, really.
I've
But I
noticed,
agree. Pull the old ones out. Pull the unique ones out.
I've noticed on TV, Catherine, a lot of people are wearing little pendants, 2 or 3 together on a chain, like little charms or little lockets. So I think there's a trend going around for really big flashy jewelry, but I also think there's a trend for little
Dainty.
sparklies. Yes, dainty. So you might be lucky and sell a couple of them together, or just look. The main thing I would caution you about is the gold and diamonds and jewels, because you might be surprised.
And I heard that pearls are coming back. Does anybody
Yes,
else
big
heard
time. I
that?
saw that too. Nicole put up that. Did anybody else watch that? The runway thing she put up on our group on Facebook.
I did, but I can't really recall all of it, to tell you the truth.
Oh my God, just watching that
Thank you.
makes me wish you were young and could wear stuff like that again. But anyway, there were a lot of beautiful pearls and big jewelry and everything you can imagine. Like, just like you're showing dainty things, there's something for everybody.
Yeah, she's really
For
good.
sure.
Oh, there's Nicole. I didn't realize you were on, Nicole. I really love that.
Thank you. I'm so glad. I found it so helpful and insightful because I live under a rock, even though I love fashion and design and jewelry. It was just really cool to see what was in and trending, and that I forgot her name, YouTuber, but she's good at she does different categories too. Like she'll do purses. That one specifically though was on jewelry and accessories, and you would not believe some of the things that people are
Oh,
wearing.
yeah.
I mean, like just take a bike chain that you use to lock up your bike and wrap it around your neck, and you got yourself a banging necklace. And but that was cool. I'm glad you enjoyed that. I thought it was really interesting.
Coming soon, Nicole's bike shop where
Bike
she's
shop.
gonna be disassembling bicycles and making. Hey, you know what? If you're on the curve of the trend, you just might be onto something. You never know.
That and how to get rid of verdigris, right?
Harley
Not for me.
Davidson already does that with their chains.
Yeah, the bracelets and stuff.
Jewelry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So I've gotten them before and been like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
And some of them are really, some of them are pretty clunky.
Camshaft cranes, chains on cars are double chains, and I've run across a bracelet made out of that. Real heavy.
That's a really good idea though, Suzanne. I'm glad you brought that up. Like I hadn't really thought about that, but you could actually, instead of having a boring lot of the little pendants, you could string them on a chain and sell them like that.
Yeah, look at Betsey Johnson. She sells them
Yeah.
like that nonstop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I hadn't thought about that. That's a great
One
idea.
chain.
What about single clip-on earrings? Is that considered
If they're high end, they'll sell.
cheap fashion to do that?
Well, for
I
guys,
don't
it
know
is.
that it's fashion, but people will buy a single earring of a high end brand.
But as a pendant, put it on a chain.
Yeah, you could do it.
Sure, people can. Yeah. Karen.
I got a couple questions, but I'm not
Sure.
sure how often you look at the Facebook page. But
Oh, I try to. It blocks things from me sometimes, but I try to a lot.
last night I listed a pair of earrings, and as I was researching it, somebody had a pair exactly like it, except mine's clip on and theirs are pierced. And they're calling them Sikorsky's. And Sikorsky's. Mine has the little swan, but the swan looks more like a squatty pelican to me. Not.
Well, hang on, let me I'm looking right now.
That's the
I
swan.
That sure looked like the real thing to me.
Yeah.
let me look quick. The
'Cause I
squatty
don't wanna-
pelican sounds about right. Yeah, that's right. It's right, Karen.
Okay, so I want to go ahead and list those.
Yep, and people do. It's a good point to bring up, though. People keyword Swarovski a lot, and I've actually gotten that little red box. Have you guys gotten that little red box that pops up when you use that word now, and it'll give you the warning, like make sure it really is. But yours is, so absolutely use that word. Use it.
Okay, because I mean that's a big price variance
It is.
with
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
Yep. They
Okay.
give me a little pop-up red box, like, "Are you sure?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm sure."
And
Did you have another one you said?
yes. I just got back from vacation for 3 weeks. And
man.
well, me and my sister own a condo in Naples, Florida. That was our parents. And we inherited it and we decided to keep it. So it's kind of like a free vacation, 10
Nice.
minutes from the beach. You can't beat it. But at any rate, I listed the other day and it listed fine. I listed last night. And now, of course, you have to do the condition of everything. So do you know how long you've got to go back to all your other listings and change to?
I think they're giving us a 90-day grace period, I think. Does anybody
plenty
else
long
know?
enough.
Otherwise, it's
Yeah.
going to default to I would expect
It
the
already
middle of the
defaulted.
road. Yeah.
It
yeah.
already defaulted.
Yeah.
So if you have the only ones, okay, so and this is recorded and probably going to go on YouTube, so I'll probably get a lot of slack for it. But the ones I'm going to go back and change are the ones that, anything that I know, like if I put read in the title, then I know there's something wrong with it generally, so I can get those fixed real quick because I can go back and search in a bulk editor just for the word read. And anything that's like a repair lot, repair issues, things like that, harvest lot, things like that. Otherwise, I'm not overly worried about it. If we have good descriptions, good titles, I don't know. I'm not
Is
gonna
that
lose
for
much
jewelry
sleep
or
over.
just clothing?
Oh, it's jewelry. Yeah. Yep. It started this month for jewelry.
Oh,
Yep.
interesting.
Yep. They've been talking about it for a while that it
Is
was
that for
coming in
everybody or
August,
is it
so
rolling out? Because I haven't
it's
really.
everybody.
It's there for me
Okay.
today.
Yep.
Yeah, mine just popped up today.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Okay.
And it's been for I've listed some stuff that's not jewelry and it's in non-jewelry categories as well.
Yep. So I am not losing sleep over it is my
Wow.
am I doing it? It's moving forward. Yes. Will I fix things as I go backwards? Especially the read ones I'll go back and mess with. Am I like freaking out about it? I'm not. So
Yeah, and I'm curious what kind of enforcement they're going to have. Can you generate a 9 ad at the boundary of good and
yes,
excellent?
that's the whole point.
Right.
Because there is
right.
a chart that tells us what defines the good and excellent. So yes, but I haven't heard a bunch of people whining about it from clothing. So I don't think, if you're doing good listings and you're doing what we're supposed to be doing, I think we'll be okay anyway. But yes, technically they could.
So
I heard I heard on eBay Open that they are going to enforce people that open up an INAD that they have to show a picture of the flaw and it has to totally contradict your listing. So when I get an INAD, they hardly ever show me the issue unless it came broke, which doesn't happen hardly ever. But they hardly ever can prove that there was something wrong with it. So they're going to have to prove it for eBay to side with them now, supposedly.
I was gonna say, I'm going to choose to believe that when I see that happen, but it would be very nice if that's what was going on. Yes, that would be awesome.
I'm
agree with
about to
that.
test that, I believe. I picked up a lot of rings, and there were only two pictures. And one of the pictures was the guy holding the ring up to the camera, and it said 18K on it.
I
We
thought you
talked.
said you lost
Yeah,
that
I
auction.
passed on all of that, but this particular lot, I had already put in a bid, and I ended up winning. He had like five things, and anyway, so when that comes, I'm pretty sure that one's not going to be 18K, and I'm probably going to be dealing with this justify your INED situation. Because
let's see.
I'm expecting to have to take a picture of the 18K zoomed in on it. I may have to take a picture of my acid test, or
Yeah,
take
they
a,
don't care about that. Don't waste your time.
yeah.
They don't care about that because you could take one from 4 rings ago and put it beside
Yeah,
it.
that's true. Or
They
I
don't care.
could, I could fake any piece of documentation from my
Or you could do
jeweler
it
as well.
wrong. Yeah.
Anyway,
Let's see. I think Mara was next. Oh wait, did Karen get her other question out? Her hand went down, so did you get your other question out?
Well, I was just curious, like sometimes, this awesome vintage jewelry, it may have a stone or two missing and it's
Sure.
awesome. We list it. Would that be fair then at this point by rating your jewelry?
Go look in the jewelry policies and it will tell you exactly what that indicates. If it's missing parts or pieces, it will tell you how it needs to be categorized.
Okay. All right, I did read it, but the good says general wear. So, okay.
If it's
Thank you.
missing, I believe it's up to discretion too, but if it's missing a rhinestone, it's missing parts or pieces.
Okay.
So,
That's kind of
yeah.
how I looked at it, but I didn't want to put some things fair when could have been good.
Yeah, if it's missing a rhinestone, to me, it's not good.
All right. Because I list all my clothes, I list as good. Because the interpretation, if I thought it was excellent, maybe somebody else don't. So mine's all
stain on it.
baseline good.
Right. A stain or a hole then changes that. So I would not go to eBay jewelry policies. And if you guys aren't reading our jewelry policies, you really should anyway. So do a refresher course, just go and read just even if you just Google eBay jewelry policies, it'll bring up the jewelry policies, and we should always be familiar with those anyway. So all right, Mara.
I hope I'm in the right. I'm sorry I was late. I was in the wrong room, of course.
You're fine.
And it took me a while to find my way out. But so I don't know if I'm asking the right question at the right time. I had some beads that I just wanted to verify because I haven't seen beads like this before. All right. So I put them, I'm going to try to screen share it because I did a picture of them. There's these. So are those, it puts them as vintage foil art glass beads? Have you seen
I
anything
don't know
like
if they're
that?
vintage or not. Probably are.
They're
Yeah.
definitely vintage. Definitely vintage.
Yep.
They can,
That's what they are.
okay.
They're cool.
Okay. They're really,
I'm a
the thing
sucker
that
for
I didn't
foiled
know
art.
is they're really heavy, but they don't feel like glass to me.
They look like glass.
They look like glass to you? Fine.
Do you click them together? Do they sound like glass?
They're a little bit dull.
What are
I don't
those
know.
black spots?
They're just old. That's a super blown up picture.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting looking.
Right? No, they came in a really great lot that I got on the marketplace. But okay.
My guess is that it's glass, but
okay. Okay.
Look like bad wrapped candy from Indonesia.
They look a lot better, not so blown up. They look pretty cool, but I can't see anything just holding like it up.
You eat a lot of that, Larry? Like that was pretty random.
I did travel a bit, and I've seen my share of weird foods.
Candy.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I like art glass stuff. I think, or foiled stuff. I think it's cool. Nadine.
Hey,
I put a listing in the chat. If you wouldn't mind sharing and pulling it up.
Sure.
I need some advice on it. It's Catherine made me think of this. I just listed this last night. And it's, you know, it's a fraternity pin.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, man.
so I noticed that so a lot of the 10K ones with this same design are selling for like around 250, but you know, anywhere between 150 and 250, I think. I just was optimistic and kind of listed mine high, but lower than some.
How much does that weigh? You might be better off melting it. Do you know how much it weighs?
No, because my scale isn't good enough to be that precise. It wouldn't.
I
we all
sold one
need-
similar to that for about $175.
Okay, so I might be a little high, but it looks like I'm still in the ballpark because when I listed mine last night, I woke up this morning and saw that somebody who had one listed at $249 lowered their price, so it's $5 less than mine.
I think there's more value as a piece of jewelry to it, and somebody that was in that fraternity than just the raw gold.
I
Okay,
agree with that.
Possible.
Because I
Okay,
There's
so
sold one
108.
not too long
One
ago.
sold up. I see that one you're talking about, Nadine. 108, and it was 10K.
right.
And then
So
do you
one
have a
sold for
picture where
28.
do you have a picture where it says 14K?
No. So what I've done is after I did my research, I found that some of the ones that sold at higher prices did not have the 14K stamp, but in the listing, they you know, attested that either the auction house they bought it from tested it or the person themselves tested it. So I bought my
So
little
what's your
acid kit.
verification?
I bought my little acid kit and tested it. And that's why I'm on this call or asking, is that good enough?
If you're sure, yes.
It's the first time I've ever tested it, but it was pretty clear that it was 14K. And
One of the 10K was sold for 250 in July.
yeah,
So I think you actually, so here's a 10K one exactly like yours that sold
right.
for 434 in July.
Wow.
Another one, 10K, sold for 329 in July. Another 10K sold for 229, 315.
Are they marked? Is that the difference?
Some of them are, and then some of them are tested. Because I dug into some of those to see.
These aren't. Yeah, these last two that I just checked weren't marked.
You might want to take it to a jeweler and just double check that it's 14K.
Okay, is that necessary?
Unless you're sure with.
I mean, I've never done the testing before, but it was really clear that it was more. I started with 10K. It showed it was 10K, so I bumped up to 14K. It showed it was 14. When I bumped up to 18, it was clearly not.
You know the year, that seems to be a selling point on lots of these.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
that's the
year it is.
problem. Is this one is not engraved with the year. It has the initials. And the thing is I bought this from an estate sale that was like a, how do I put it? Like family history, the property and the contents. This is a family called Bristow. Their last name is Bristow, and they have a strong history in the Middlesex County area where I got this from. So how do I put this? If I wanted to dig into it, I could probably figure out who MEB is.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think anybody cares who it is. I think the people that are looking for these are sometimes the year just helps sell it. You know
Right.
what I
And
mean?
also to
Yeah.
me,
So if
like
could
I
find
always
an
feel better if
MEB.
the rest. I always feel better if the rest of the jewelry is like really high quality too. Then I'm like, well, probably then if it tested 14K, it probably is 14K. Whereas, you know, if it's with a bunch of junk, then I'm like, I better get it checked.
It was with a bunch of junk, but see, I keep pulling treasures out of that junk because I found a 14K chain. And I told you all about the vases that they just overlooked, and I have them listed for $379 a piece. This estate, it looked like junk that I bought, but it's more like you have to have the patience to look through it. Like I almost threw this in the junk pile this little pin,
Ooh,
because it was in
Frat
a
pins
tiny
can
little.
be really good. Frat pins can be
that
very valuable.
on mine it was had much more engraving on the back.
Mhm.
It included the first name and last name of the recipient and the date.
Right.
It did include something that was an indication of the school that they went to, so that helped me sell mine. Mine went for 129. I stand corrected, but it wasn't marked gold, but it tested positive for 14K, and I sold
I
it
would,
for
if that
130.
was mine, Nadine, I'd price it at 299 or even 3 something, because of the comps are showing that they're pretty solid in the 300s.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen is it's still sitting there in a month and you lower it.
Right. And also I was thinking about like digging into the history, like I was telling you guys, because I could locate that MEB person and tell you how old he was or she.
I think
And
people care if it's engraved with the date, and if it's not, it's not, and I
okay,
wouldn't
not
push
worth
it.
it. Okay, I'll let it go. And you
It's
said,
obviously old, it's not like it's new or anything.
and you said 299 or 300
Maybe
range?
even more. I mean, the comps are pretty solid, even in the 3s. So
Mhm. Okay.
you could try higher. And if somebody offers you 2 something, then you decide if you want to take it or not.
Right.
I couldn't tell how small it was at first. I thought it was pretty big and heavy, and I thought 14K, but it is small. But I totally agree,
Tiny.
it's worth more as a frat pin. Those frat pins can be amazing sometimes.
It's
I found them
crazy.
all cruddy and gross and cleaned them up, and yeah. So I would go for 3. I would even try at 325 even, and just see what happens.
Okay, thank you.
Good find though.
It keeps, that estate sale keeps giving me stuff.
Hey, that's a good thing. And sometimes we
yeah.
do get those. I think we've all had boxes of jewelry where we thought, oh my gosh, this stuff's terrible. And then you like find a little this and you find a little that, and it was old or stuff we're not familiar with. So
Yeah.
good
Thanks.
find though.
Thank you.
Nicole, you had your hand up.
It was asked and answered. I mean,
Oh.
it was answered already. Thank you though.
Okay. Yep. All right. So before okay, sales. Do you guys have some cool sales to share? Finds any great sourcing things we found? I found a Betsey Johnson hoarder that I'm buying all of our Betsey Johnson from. Those pictures I showed you, Suzanne, are like, I'm taking a lot like that every week until she's out of it. So she's got a hoard of Betsey Johnson, and she purchased it, and it kind of, I mean, it made me feel better because Suzanne's like, yeah, that's the stuff I'd get at Dillard's or whatever. And she told me I bought it all at Dillard's and Macy's.
Yeah.
And still got the older tags on lots of it. I don't even think she wore it, but she collected all the sets, and she's got full sets of almost everything, and she just had a huge lot of it. And so I told her, I'm like, I can't buy it all at once, but she said, well, I'll make you a lot a week. How about that? So she's gonna make me a lot a week. So be interesting to see
Well,
what
I'll
she.
tell you what, just about everything I have in Betsey Johnson sells right away.
Betsey Johnson's pretty good,
Keep
unless
finding more.
and buyer beware though for sellers, not for Suzanne stuff, because I've seen it, it's all real, but is the newer stuff that's coming out on those animal print pink tags, beware, because they are very much China imports, and they say Betsey Johnson or BJ on the tag and everything, but they're cheap feeling. They're a lot of those pink animal tags are fake imports, so just be careful of those. Do your research on them. Mara.
I had a couple good sales if I can figure out how to.
Sure.
How do I do this? Not like that. This is what. Okay.
You find the little green arrow at the bottom.
Yeah, I'm on the screen I want to be on, but I don't think that. Let's see. Or I'll do this next week.
Whichever works for you is fine. Oh, there you go. It's
There.
sharing something.
There you go. Because I've been watching the old your old stuff that I'm catching up, and you're saying you don't really mess with rings much.
I do some, but I mess with some of them, but I'm better now. I'm reformed, Mara. I'm reforming. Getting better.
I don't do much with rings, but this one was, how do I do it?
Cool. haven't
Like
heard of
this
that
was
brand
in
either.
this was a German ring. It was in the, never mind. These rings. This one, I guess because it was some German person, sold really well. And that was in like a big lot that I got. And then this other one, this green one, I paid $40 for this lot. It had that foil glass. It's a great lot. But this little ring, I'm not sure if I should have scrapped it. Because it was 14K, but I don't know. I put it up for 350 and somebody offered 200 for it within days. And I'm like, you know what? I paid $40 for the lot and I want the money.
Yeah, and that's a choice. I'm going to show you guys something while I've got it out. Because I took it to the gold guy the other day and I'm making him another lot, and I didn't have enough to. So one pair of like thin hoop earrings right now, like really thin hoop earrings, 14K, are about 188 bucks. In gold.
Yeah, so I might have done better to scrap this one. I don't know.
But yeah,
I've been doing good with the scrapping. And then I just wanted to show this one because this one really surprised me. It was just at a junk store for like $2 or $3.
oh, I would have missed that.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it sold pretty darn quick. I took an offer at 70 something on it, but for $2, $3,
Can you show the
I would have
tag?
totally
I haven't
missed
seen that
this.
tag.
What's that?
Can you show the
that one?
picture with the tag on it? There you go. Cool.
Yeah, no, I had to Google it up. It looked like it was good quality, but I thought it was like a $19.99 necklace, take a $16 offer, and it was not, and it sold fast. So those are the ones I wanted to share.
Those are good. I hadn't heard that brand, so always good to find new things. Mindy.
Good morning.
Morning.
For this, I have to turn on my camera because
We'll go right ahead.
Okay. I don't know if you could see this.
And I'll spotlight you.
Okay. You see that? Okay.
Yep.
And then the back, it's stationary. Like it doesn't open up. I thought it was like a scarf clip, but it doesn't open. So
Yeah, it's a scarf. You'd push the scarf through it, right, Lynn?
Oh, okay.
Is it that one that you push all the way through?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Or I don't know if you can fit it, but it might be for pearls. You can put pearls through it.
Pearls.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, they call that
probably
something.
Scarf.
Or is it a slider for an omega necklace?
That could
that's a
be
thought
too,
too.
yeah.
How much do you think
That
this
could
would
be.
go for? Like, I don't know. No rhinestones are missing. I don't see any markings.
I would try to find a necklace to put it on is what I would do. I like the omega idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
What's that?
I'd have
It
to
looks
Google
like-
a picture for you.
Yeah, just Google
Oh, okay.
Omega chain. You'll see it.
Omega chain? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Thanks.
Yep. Great idea, Mimi. Way to throw that out there because I would not have thought to recommend that. All right, I'll share mine. I did not have any really high dollar sales this week either. But I'm going to share some of my lower dollar sales too because sometimes it's good to find ones that are. I have a whole bin of these. Literally a bin of them. And they sell as quickly as I can list them. So I'm just going to keep listing them. So they are laminated flying saucer bangles is what they call them. And they're Bakelite. And for $30, for $30 a piece, I'll just keep selling them. But I have like literally a bin of those. I thought they were plastic when I bought the bin of them, but this one, not signed, but it was well made and it was kind of cool, little lily pads, not silver or anything, but I went ahead and listed it and I kind of listed it high just because I thought it was well made and I liked it. And it was a set and it sold pretty fast for 46. So that one was a little bit, not real fast, I guess. I listed it on June 28th. But This belt buckle, I almost missed it and I paid $5 for it, but it's pretty lightweight. It's not like a big hefty one. It's got some damage, you know, it's not perfect, but it's still pretty quick. I listed it on the 7th of August. It sold for 42. I don't know about you guys, but maybe Catherine's bane of her existence is little pendants. Mine are owls. And what's the other one? Owls and I don't know. Owls and elephants. Those are the bane of my existence. I get more owls and elephants than I know what to do with, but I sold this lot and I listed it on July 28th, so it didn't take too terrible long. I threw all the owls in there, and this was out of the same lot because I wouldn't have kept them. So this was just I had a lot of owls in a lot. So
None of
not a
that
bad,
signed.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe, probably. It was
Somebody
all
told me
nothing.
owls are coming back in.
Well, then they can come buy them all from me because I can't get rid of them for very much money ever. So I hope you're right. I hope
Same
they
here.
are coming back in a big way. I get a lot of them. And here, look, I missed one. One of the owls ended up in the bird lot. So this was only $45, but they weren't all in great condition and they were old and just threw them all together. So nothing special is what I'm trying to get at. They're just, we got to cobble together what we get sometimes. This was not signed either, but it was really pretty. So I thought I'd shoot a little high on it. And I listed it July 18th. So it did sell, wasn't signed, but it had some cool stones.
Hey, Carrie.
Yeah.
Turn it over again.
Those prongs on that, is that considered dog tooth prongs or no? Am I confusing with something else? On the main,
I would say
not. It is, but it wasn't high quality. So that's why I didn't use that word, I guess. To me, lots of times that's high quality, but these weren't.
Okay, but that would be considered
That's the shape of it, yes. But there's the back, Suzanne.
Yeah, thanks.
It really wasn't anything too special construction wise, but the stones were really cool, so I figured somebody'd want it.
Yeah, somebody did. Nice set. The color's pretty.
Color was pretty. That's what it had going for it. It definitely wasn't because it was amazing construction or anything. These are the cheaper end micro mosaics. I just threw it together as a lot, and it sold in 2 days. So
wow,
they're 66. This one wasn't signed either, and it was a little bit dingy, but it was well made. So it sold the same day I listed it, but it was glass. It was old, but it was just nice. You know, like when you pick them up and they're just kind of well made, and it was heavy, and it was just nice. It's a nice little brooch, but it sold the same day I listed it. So
it looks Art Deco.
yeah. Is there a
it probably was.
Is there a name for pins like that? I know this one's a Maltese cross, but let's say it's a different figural underneath that bar at the top. Is there a name or for those types of pins, or you just call them dangles or what?
If there is, I don't know the name, but that doesn't mean there isn't one.
I don't know if anybody knows it because I was wondering the other day. I listed a couple with something else, so I just put it in as a pin with a dangle.
That's what I do. Doesn't mean it's right, but that's what I do.
I just put dangle too, Suzanne.
Okay, good. That's pretty.
This one sold within a few minutes, so somebody very well could have thought that this was or known that it was a different maker, but I paid a couple bucks for it, so it was fine with me. It was truly amazing, like very nice brooch. It was domed. It was very well made. So I priced it at $80. It wasn't signed or anything. But I priced it at $80 and thought even if it was somebody, $80 would cover me. So it sold immediately. These sold immediately too, but Lunch of the Ritz kind of does. So I took an offer mostly because I had $1 into these. So they can have them and long live the little turtles. Camrose and Cross, the gift that just keeps giving here. The came out of my Camrose and Cross buys. When these are gone though, I'm done with them. I don't have any more. which is sad because they've been very good sellers. I brought up a bunch of them because nobody else had them, but this one was just kind of a unique beaded that had the foil, the art foil to it. I think I took an $80 offer on this. I listed it in June, so it had been sitting a while, so I was ready for it to find a new home. Joan Rivers, this is one of her decent ones. It's called Garden Party. And I ended up with like 2 or 3 of these. I don't know why I had 2 or 3 of these, but I did. So I took an offer and I got 127 out of it. This is a cool watch. And it did wind and it did tick and it whirls. So it was just cool to play with. Like one of those little toys that you sit and you push the button and it whirls around. That's what that watch does. So it was kind of cool. It was a kaleidoscope watch. Junk drawer lots, still throwing those up. That's 11.9 pounds for 126 bucks. So, but this is just stuff I throw in there. There's people that probably like them a lot and they can have all of them. It's things like this. It's got the little damage to it. Like, I'm not going to throw that up. So somebody might decide that works. This one was broken. Didn't have a back on it. Some of them are really nice things. They're just not things for me. So this sold within 5 minutes. So maybe I could have gotten more money out of it. Eisenberg Ice doesn't usually bring a lot of money for me, but this one was like blinding. Like they're going to open the box and be blinded by this thing. It was pretty amazing. I got this in an eBay lot. So, but see, it's an Eisenberg Ice. It isn't like a really old one or anything, but it sold like immediately. So maybe I underpriced it. I don't know. Heidi Das, I took an offer at 129 because I've had it listed since June 4th. So it's time for it to turn over.
You didn't split it up?
On the Heidi Das box sets, I never do just because they're a boxed set. But I could have, probably would have got more money. So let's see what Crystal has for us this week. Let me get both of them pulled up before I share. All right. All right, Crystal. Do I
Okay,
have the right one here?
Yep. I just thought that was pretty. It didn't go for a huge amount of money. I think I got 29 for it.
It's well made though.
Yeah. I thought it was really pretty.
It is.
So those are the dog tooth. Thank you.
Oh, look at the kitty.
Yeah, and I thought that was cute. Swarovski.
There's the mark. Yep. See, they do kind of look like little squatty birds. So that was cool. Yep, that's a nice sale.
Very nice.
That's it. And then I didn't list it, but then my other nice sale was the 3 junk drawer lots that sold to one person shortly after I listed them. $30 each for the small priority boxes.
Nice. Good job, Crystal. Doesn't it feel good to get money and move it out of your house? Because that's how I feel when they go.
Yes, it does.
And once we have them listed, they're just, at least they're nicely stacked in boxes that are, have a chance of leaving our house. So I like getting them done. And you're still listing regularly, Crystal? It sounds like you were doing a good job.
Yep, I skipped yesterday. I got to get back on track today. I mean,
well, you're on the retirement eBay plan. You're allowed to do that.
That is true.
skip days. Try not to skip months if possible, but
yes, no more. Not even weeks. I don't even want to skip weeks.
But we're going to compare the numbers on Thursdays, Crystal.
No, I should start doing that.
Not compare, not judge.
No. Last week she said that she was going to do something different with her listing, and I've got what she said, and I got what the number was. So I'm watching you, Crystal.
Okay. But hey, don't expect it to turn around in 1 week.
Larry, what do you have?
Yeah, I just I'm in the market for a gold buyer, and I just got off the I've needed to do this for a long time, but so now I'm searching. I called up this place just now and asked him how much does he pay on under spot does he pay for scrap gold and silver? And he really surprised me. He said, "Send me a picture of your stuff, and I'll send you a quote." I'm like, huge red flags are going off. It's like, well, don't you do it by weight? And he said, "Now send me a picture."
So the pawn shop guys will spot me like that.
Yeah.
Like where they don't weigh it. I will not deal with that. That's not for me.
Yeah. Because there's got to be so much uh, buffer in there for him to screw up his estimate. So
Usually they're going to screw it up on his advantage, not
exactly,
yours.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah,
so
I
he's
wouldn't do
probably
that
going to be
either.
coming in at 20 to 30% of what it's really worth. Would be my guess anyway.
And he probably gets at least half his lots that way. To think of the money he makes.
He's not getting mine. If I'll send him a picture, but it's going to be a pile of broken jewelry, and a pile of
Don't
small.
underestimate how much broken gold jewelry is worth right now. I just got that check for
I know.
$2,000 and you guys
I
saw how
know.
small my pile was.
Right. So yeah, I know, and I can weigh it and I can guesstimate what it should be worth.
Mm-hmm.
At least I can tell you what spot should be.
Coin guys, I'm telling you, I've had the best luck with the coin guys.
Yeah, this is it's called Houston Gold and Silver and Coins. But they're right on the freeway and they advertise a lot, which means yeah, they're probably at that pawn shop
Or maybe
kind of
he's
level.
just filtering out people that have a pile of costuming and can see it a mile away so it doesn't waste his time. You never know.
Yeah. I'll send them a couple pictures.
You're smart and aware.
Thanks.
Mindy. Yep.
Yeah, so you guys were talking about jewelry lots, and I put one up. I should probably put more, but I'm not even getting any, like, I don't know, no interest, no nothing. I don't know if should I show you, if you could give me suggestions, or is that the other
We all
day?
do them, so everybody has
Yeah.
probably some good input.
Okay. All right, is that good to do right now?
Sure.
Okay. I'll share. Okay, so here is my listing. Can you all see that?
Yep.
Okay. Trying to move my box. Okay. So it's £2 and I put it up for $29.99. I took a few pictures. Do I need more pictures? Do I need to spread out to spread it out so they see everything that's in there? What suggestion do you have?
I don't
Well,
take
the
very many
second-
pictures, but what do you guys think?
The second one looks better because rhinestones are more appealing than pearls, but like you said, if pearls are coming back in, but the only problem is the croft and barrel makes it seem like a cheaper lot because it's newer and
Okay.
cheaper. I don't know. Do you have any color? Like mix it with some color because it looks
Color. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll play around with it and just maybe put
Scroll down to see what your shipping is.
um,
Oh, that looks
put it
alright.
at I think I did calculated shipping, so
Yeah, it's just small flat rate box. Maybe use the word harvest in the title. Sometimes that helps.
harvest.
Yeah, I would swap
Is-
out mix for junk, I swear. Even though the word junk, but swap out mix for junk.
Is
Junk.
it
Okay.
That'll bring all the
Is-
boys, the girls to yard. Yep.
are all of these wearable, or are they broken, or
No, I think pretty much everything is wearable. There's one thing that's got a lot of missing rhinestones, but there's like the same one that's like right here. There's one back here that's broken and missing rhinestones, but I don't know. It's like a pendant. I don't know.
I don't like that you've got pearls in the title.
Okay.
You have real pearls in there?
I think I do. I think they are real.
Okay.
You might want to check that clasp and make sure it's not gold. Like in the
Um,
lower right-hand
okay.
corner.
I didn't like pearls in the title because I assumed they were fake pearls, but
Well, I
if
mean,
they're real pearls,
I think these are real. I got them in a lot. I've already made money on the lot. I've doubled my money on the lot, and so I'm just trying to get rid of the rest of the stuff in the lot. And these for whatever reason are not selling. But yeah, they have the old clasp. It's not labeled as like a gold or anything like that, but it has a PATP on it. You know, I don't know, patent pending, I guess. I don't know.
They look really uniform to me.
Mindy, can I share my screen real quick?
Yeah, what do you mean I look uniform? What do you mean by that?
Well, real pearls don't always look the same. They have variants in them.
Oh, okay.
They're not perfect, I guess is what I'm saying.
So this lot, these are all sold within
Okay.
a like a 3 or a 4 day period. And I was getting basically my base was $24.99, $25 for 2 pounds. In this case, it was 3 pounds. There's $21 for 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 21. These were 10% off offers or 15% off. But I think your price is a little high.
Okay.
But at least for mine, I mean, if you look at these, I sold like 3. Here's the 6th, the 6th, the 6th, the 8th, the 8th. And all of these are I labeled them as all wearable and sellable. And I threw in craft just in case there was a crafter that wanted it. But anyway.
Okay. And then you don't think I should show the Croft and Barrow? That's like a cheaper thing.
I
It's
agree
just a
with that
bracelet.
completely.
Okay.
Yeah, I would take that tag out there.
The other thing I
just
did was I took a top shot. I put them all on a plate and took that picture, and then I hit quadrants
Okay.
for the different zoom in, so you can see the color and the materials and that sort of
And
thing.
I think Larry's is fabulous, but I don't think you have to go to that work. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like mine's literally dumped in a box, but I think he does a really nice job with his too. But
Okay.
which probably helps his sell quickly, but I do think yours is overpriced, and I didn't see a lot of like good vintage in there for people to catch on to and be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna pay $15 a pound for that."
I was just going to say the ones that I sold for 30 each had a lot of rhinestones, and the rhinestones were visible in the pictures.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I do.
All
I
right.
do spend 30 seconds to a minute to stage the plate, as far as just making sure all the rhinestone stuff and all of it's facing out.
Are you asking me?
No, I'm
No,
just
he was
saying
saying
that's
that's what he
what
does.
I do.
Oh, okay. Oh. All right.
Good
Anybody
luck
else
with
have
it though.
anything?
There's a huge demand. I'm surprised people buy that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll just try to maybe mix it up with other things, maybe other more colorful or stuff with more rhinestones and
Yeah, and it didn't look like a stuff box. I know you were like showing it was open and stuff. It just looked very like sparse to me. Which it could just be like the photo and how like angle or whatever, but I don't know.
yeah. I don't know. I had the box open on the top, so I mean I think it's pretty full as far as the small flat rate.
Do you have a lot of it?
I have a lot of everything. I can
The reason
make
I ask is I had somebody buy 2 of my lots just back to back, and I wrote them and I said, "Hey, I got a whole lot more of this. Do you want it all?" And they wrote back and said, "Yeah, sure." So I built them a lot of the remaining 12 pounds or 10 pounds or whatever, and I charged them $12.50 a pound, and they paid it.
And I
Okay.
dump mine in. That's what I do. Mine's $12 a pound, and 12 to 15, and then I just dump them in a medium flat rate box and shove it around basically, and take pictures of it. And those 3 that I made this weekend will be gone this week for $100 and some a box. And I
Okay.
don't try as hard as Larry. Larry's looks nice. Mine looks like junk in a box.
Yeah, but your junk is better than my junk as far as what's in the box.
I don't know that yet, but yeah, it probably is. I mean, a lot of people are probably selling it on eBay. I mean, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
So,
there's no Monet or Trifari that makes its way into my junk boxes unless they're broken.
yeah, fine. You'd probably be a little surprised at what's probably in mine. Let's see. Meg's got one too to look at. So one of the main questions, like I said, I don't know if I'm missing out on a TikTok craze or what, but I've gotten, or maybe there's a Facebook post. My guess is there was a Facebook post that had Juliana Figurals in it. But Juliana Figurals are like, you know how there's an exception to every rule with anything, basically? So Juliana Figurals are the exception to the rule when it comes to construction with Juliana. So one of the biggest misnomers with like Juliana, because I had a couple of people send me some pictures of some figurals this week and everything, and actually one of them was without a doubt a Juliana figural, but the construction of the pin was totally different than what they're used to seeing for Juliana. So the Juliana, let's see, I'll share the site. And this is what everybody should be, and it's not perfect, right, guys? Like this, I'll be the first to admit when I find it here. I had too many things pulled up all at one time here. Didn't know how much you guys were going to participate today, so I made sure I had enough to get us through the whole entire. So is it Juliana Jewelry? This is just one I pulled up. It has the database for Juliana Jewelry, and if you go, and I'll go back one here, it's not super like what do you call it? It's not like a super engine of what I mean. It's kind of hard to operate sometimes. But if you go into the jewelry styles, you can pick whether it's a brooch, belt, you know, all the different styles. But today we're just going to look at figural Juliana brooches because that's what I got asked about this week. So then on the jewelry type, here's where we can pick. So Juliana did have a lot of butterflies, and they, to me, are hard to identify, or could be if you didn't know what you were looking for. But like, let's just pick the first one. It does not appear. See how the back is different? It uses the bar back, whereas most Juliana does not. But this is absolutely a Juliana butterfly. So it used a different back, and the construction is different on the back than what we're used to seeing. So because I got asked more than once this week, I wanted to show that, and then I'll show another one. Some of them do have open stones. I've seen this one a lot. I've had this one more than once. So here's an orange just butterfly. See, it does not look like a Juliana brooch, but this is absolutely a Juliana butterfly. So
And what
the
are the
back
characteristics that make you say that?
Well, you know what it is, Larry? It's that it's in the Juliana database.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So it does not, these aren't ones that are going to jump out at you because the backs are different. The pin stop, most of the figurals don't have pin stops. Don't have open backs, don't see the puddling in all the figurals. So if I get something I'm used, like this one is pretty common as far as the ones I see with Juliana, the butterflies and stuff. I'd say I've seen this one and this green one several times. This one, also with like the muted beads. I've seen this a few times with in different colors. But see, you don't think, wow, that's a Juliana butterfly, right? You just don't usually see, it doesn't jump out at you. So if I'm wondering, this one's at least got the open back in the middle that might make you look. So in question, when you have a butterfly, especially because they made so many of them, make sure that it doesn't hurt to check the database, right? But I will say this, it has to match perfectly because there's a whole lot of figurals that look a lot like the Julianas, but they aren't, right? Here's the back again. So this one, you might guess, you know, it's got the more solid construction on the back, but just look it up, and when in doubt, look it up because the backs are different on the figurals, mostly because they didn't have room, I think. See how that back is? So look it up on the database. And then I would recommend, because this is what I always do, use the reference number in your listing. So not in the title, but in the description, put this has been a verified Juliana reference number, 1792. It does not have to be the same color, but it just needs to be exactly the same in the construction for you to reference it. The other figurals are also the same way. They're harder to identify, in my opinion. There's probably people that can look at these and they know right away. I'm not one of them. I have to look them up because I don't know. The bugs also have different construction. They just didn't have as much. See that back? That's not like a typical one that you'd see. So they had less space to work with on these, I think is part of it. I've seen this one too. This one tipped me off because of the Navette stones. When I had it, I was like, oh, well, that's got the neat little Navettes. So I looked it up and it's got open back and it did have the puddling, but the back, you know, the construction is different.
Can you please double check the authenticity of this one too? And if it is, then please do listing mode.
Hey, Meg, I think your thing's
Oh,
on.
okay.
I was like, I can check authenticity, but I can't see anything. Hang on. See that? It's a really good picture of the construction there. So when in doubt, I guess not that I was very good at teaching you anything on that. When in doubt, look it up because they are different. So, and it does help you get a premium. Of course, you could be like me and have the rabbit. I think it was the rabbit, but it was really a duck. I just had I thought they were ears and there was duck lips and I had it listed as a rabbit because I thought it went the other direction and I felt silly when somebody's like, yeah, that's a duck. And I was like, oh, turn it. Now it's a duck. I'm like, it's a duck. It's a rabbit. It could be both. Whatever you want it to be. But anyway, I'm not sure. Like I said, I think there was something posted that made everybody ask that this week. But the backs of Juliana Figurals are weird. I'm going to save. I can save watches for next time. We've already been over our hour. I will say on watches, the biggest thing, boy, some of those old vintage watches can look so pretty and look so neat. That doesn't make them valuable, especially the ladies' watches. The old ladies' watches are, some of them are so cool and old looking and they're worth, you know, nothing. The Art Deco ones that are the wide rhinestone faces, those lots of times are white gold. So I'll show some of them. We'll try again next week. I've got a lot of good feedback from the jewelry members, the people that attend this call every week, and they seem to like the openness of our forum and bring up current topics. And then as we get a topic, like I'll save the watch one or yes, Karen, we certainly can. We can definitely do one of those. It's clunky no matter who you are, so it's probably not you, but we most certainly can. And I can get examples of it and how we will look it up because I have trouble too. I also don't see, I feel like I don't see things in different colors. Like you can seriously put a Juliana thing on the website in front of me and say, well, there's your brooch right there. And I'll be like, I don't see it because I have mine in a different color. So I think it's my brain doesn't always see that mine's right there and it's just in a different color way. Don't try to force things on the Juliana side. I see a lot of people go, well, mine's almost the same. Well, there's a lot of them that are almost the same because people are knocking it off because they were, you know, so popular. So it's got to match. There can't be variants. It can't be, well, mine looks a lot like this one. That almost doesn't count with Juliana. So, but lots of times you'll see the variants, but we can try, Karen, but I am no expert. I usually end up, it's one of those, I usually end up there, but it takes me a while to get there. So, maybe Lynn navigates it better than I do. Are you pretty fluent in that, Lynn? I'm pretty clunky, but I can do it with you.
No, it takes me forever to find anything just because it's so long. There's no sorting very easily.
Not very well. Not very well. I would agree with that. Especially if you do it like by color or stuff like that. Like I feel like it takes me a while to get there. Or if you like say Navettes or whatever, you think that would really narrow it down. It doesn't. And so, but I will clunk along with you on how I do it, but it takes me a while and I'm not an expert, but I'll be happy to do it with you. It is not just you, Karen, but it is a good resource. And besides that, you can look in the books, you know, there's a whole section. Well, there's a section on the figurals. There's a section on about everything in the books. So I have both the Juliana books and they are very helpful. I would definitely recommend them. I like the one by Ann Pitman the best, but the other one is a good book too. I like them both. But yeah, the watch thing we'll go over. It's so hard to like go through. I think
Carrie,
watches are hard because yes.
You keep mentioning that you have both Juliana books.
I just wanted you to know that there are at least 3 Juliana books.
There
So you're
are.
missing one.
I have, well, Ann Pitman had 2.
No, I'm just talking about not, let's see.
She had 2 totally different books. Not the reprint one. She had another regular Juliana book that just doesn't come up very often.
I've got Juliana Jewelry, The Last Generation.
Yep, and that was by Ann Pitman too, right?
No, this is Paula Nutson and Carla Wacker.
Yeah, I have that one. And then there's one by Catherine, right? Or Mousetti or something. Hang on, I'm gonna look them up. Because you're right, there's more than.
I can't find my third one right now.
Yeah, there's my other. Hang on here. I haven't ran across a bad one. So if the Ann Pitman one really is an all-encompassing book. I really recommend it. Here's the other one I have. Katarina Mousetti.
Yeah.
Yep. That one's a good one. So I recommend that one and the Ann Pitman one, but the Last Generation one, I've heard good things about. I just don't have experience with it.
Okay.
Yep, Joanna, the Ann Pitman one's really good too, but the other one is the Catherine Mousetti. I think it's called The Art of Juliana Jewelry, and it's good too. It's good to see things in different it's good to see things in different perspectives or lights, but I really like the Ann Pitman book. And it too can take you a long time to thumb through to find something. I mean, like it's the process, but and actually I'm pretty sure I listed a Juliana this morning. Yeah, it's fine, Joanna. The reprint's really great. It's fine. I don't think you're missing anything. I'm pretty sure I listed a Juliana this morning, but I didn't want to go through the database and look. And to tell you the truth on this particular brooch, it wouldn't have made a difference on what I'm going to get on money. So I just priced it like it was, and it'll sell for the same amount of money probably. So unfortunately, that's kind of the way it is right now. Feels like, unless you got like the Easter egg sets are still pretty high. The different Rivoli sets are still pretty high, but unless it's a specialty set, the prices are pretty suppressed right now. All right, I'm going to end our recording. And if you guys have a topic you want us to cover like that's a really great interactive topic. So that was really good. Even though it's going to be, like me being clunky with you, it's a good interactive topic. I think the feedback I got was that anything that we can just go, because a lot of us have been selling for a while, like anything that we can go Google ourselves or something, we can do that anytime. Or, and now we've got this whole wide world of ChatGPT, right? So I would love to hear from any of you guys that have like a specialty. Like, I wish I could say I do. I don't. My specialty is more on the back end. I don't really have, but if you like Lynn's got her opalite thing going, like that's something that she can teach us. She can teach me about 10 times over because I don't really have a lot of good background. If you're good with stones, Suzanne's got amazing collections that she could share with us because she's got some amazing jewelry. If you have a specialty that you feel or like maybe Mimi wants to teach us about Whatnot, or anybody else that sells on Whatnot jewelry, if you have a specialty or you feel like you're really well versed in an area, I would love for you to present and show us and say, hey, this is, I love turquoise and I've got this turquoise and I know about turquoise or whatever it is. So if you have a passion inside the jewelry, I'd love to hear from it because we all have such a great knowledge. We have so much available to us. Wild world internet and YouTube libraries anymore. Nicole.
I found a genius way to get rid of verdigris in tight spaces.
Oh yeah?
Yes, you use a dental pick. Those little dental brush pick things with the Big Daddy 99% alcohol. I know it's very exciting, but I was very excited when I discovered it.
Well, sometimes if it's a really nice piece and there's just one chunk in there, then that it is annoying when you can't get to it. So,
but it's the best for getting in those like nooks and crannies and crevices, and
it could probably work for getting other stuff out too.
Yes. Yucky stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
once in a while. I know I had something stuck in mine the other day and I couldn't get it out. I was just like, oh, whatever. But if I would have had something available, I probably would have picked it out. I think Lynn uses a dental pick type of thing, don't you, to get certain things out? Or you had something that looked like that. It reminded me of a
It's an
dental pick.
ice pick, but the ice pick is bigger than a dental pick. Somebody suggested that on one of my videos too, to use a dental pick, and
It's
I've
more like
been like
it's more like a
searching for one.
it's like a teeny tiny pipe cleaner thing, but like microscopic.
Yeah.
And it's got these
You can
like
get them at
Dollar Tree.
Harbor Freight sells them. If you
Yep.
guys have a Harbor Freight, they come in
Yeah, I've been looking
a set
for-
of like 4 for less than $5.
I've been
I
looking
also
at
have a
yard
couple of the
sales.
really springy ones that they use for getting tartar that I got from my dentist about 15 years ago.
I will say that I hate the
Can I borrow
disposable ones
that?
because people think they can just throw them in parking lots and stuff, and I have no idea why that's a thing. Like, why do we pick our teeth and then throw it in garbage in the parking lots? But it's gross and it makes me hate them. Just saying, it's my. I don't know why we have to be messy like that. But don't you guys see that where you guys live? Like, people just throw them on the ground. I'm like, what is that about? What? They're
That and
everywhere.
diapers.
Yeah.
Why?
Like, what are you
Oh.
doing? They're everywhere.
You talking about the little white plastic and
That's
with
what
the
made me think
dental
of that. Yeah.
floss?
Yeah, or
Mhm.
green ones. Those little
People just chuck them on the ground.
Little
green.
pick with the floss on it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not
All
what
right,
we're
guys.
talking about.
Okay.
I know, but it just came to my head because it makes me so mad that people just throw them all over. And they're gross. Germaphobes like me do not want to step on anything that was in your mouth. So if you have a specialty and you want to share a collection, you want to share something you're interested in, or sometimes we end up researching things or we look at pictures of things and kind of a group project, because you've got a big collection of something. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be learning about Betsey Johnson more than I've ever wanted to know coming up. So I'll probably compile interesting things on that. My interesting part about Betsey Johnson, I can tell you, is you can sell it with missing stones and it feels like a cheap piece of plastic, and you can still get $150 for it sometimes. That's what I know about good old Betsey Johnson. So I appreciate you
I
guys.
worry about Betsey Johnson and the authenticity of it, so I never pick it up.
You can tell when you feel it. Don't you think,
it's the
Suzanne?
weight.
Yeah.
The weight will give it
the weight.
away. It's heavy. That's the
Mhm.
reason I don't wear it as much, because it's too heavy for me. It hurts my hand and
Yeah,
my
the good
neck.
stuff is heavy.
Yeah, very heavy, because they're
I
all
need to have a fake and a real one in hand then to know what's heavy and what's not.
It's really obvious. I mean, like, once you get one, it's super obvious because they are really heavy. The good stuff is.
I've never
The-
seen a fake one, but I know they do.
They're light. They're really light. They're very they feel cheap. The farm one I had of Betsey Johnson, I got almost $400 out of that one, that bracelet. And it weighed pounds. It literally weighed pounds. It was a couple pounds. It was so heavy. I don't know how anybody could wear that on their hand all day, but it was super cool, but it was really heavy.
I'm still
So
keeping one that I have that's a rooster set that I wear in the fall. But I have a couple of necklaces I wear together, and then the bracelet. They're all so heavy that I can wear them, but it hurts like hell. And then I have to say, okay, not wearing that again. But I'm keeping those, and I'm not going to sell them yet.
these were big corn stalks.
Yeah.
It was a corn stalk and like a pig or something, and it's one of the only things I actually wanted to keep once. But then I got $400 for it and I didn't care anymore. And I wasn't gonna wear it. I mean, like, what was I gonna do with it? It's not like I'm gonna bling out my All right. Well, thank you so much. And if you are interested in any of the sourcing things or anything we talked about at the beginning, just let me know, or go on the Reseller Revenue Patreon.